Y'all time when them records is coming out and you doing your thing straight from Decatur's going crazy. How you do that there's going crazy. Vice versa's going crazy. When you're running that race and you look to the left and to the right, who did y'all see that you were like, well, this nigga some competition out here?
I tell you something. It's like, and going back to rock, just learning myself. I used to kind of didn't like my voice. Took me a while to get comfortable. I didn't want to sound like nobody else. Rest in peace to from Flint to Atlanta, MC Breed.
MC Breed.
So yeah, say you sound like Breed.
Damn.
Young Rakim and all that young. So I had to find myself between them monotone type of guys. Damn, what you was saying again? I'm trying to lose my thought.
You doing how you do that there, you popping, but you looking to the right and to the left, and these folks is giving you a run for your money.
Okay, so coming up, I'm writing, and I said, damn, I got it.
Yeah.
And every year, you know, we drop a record every day now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was 8 months before you're gonna get the new 8 months to a year.
Right, before you get the new album.
Yeah, right.
Every time I think I got it, Rodney I'ma drop it. Rakim and Eric being Rakim, I'ma drop a record or somebody of that nature. And I fuck. Man, but I had to recognize it's like being in high school. Ryan College. I'm a freshman in high school. So you see what I'm saying? Respect to the OGs and anything like that. So I always looked at this. Well, I tell everybody this, when I come out in 98, we talking 98, 99. When we dropped on Balls of My Word album. You know, on the Billboard, it was #1 on the hip hop and R&B charts. And on the pop charts, I want to say top 10 or number 10 or 12, you know, within that. So I hit Billboard twice. But when I recognized on hip hop and R&B, I say, man, I done beat everybody in the world. Michael Jackson, anybody in the existence. I told you ass up in 98. Came out. Then later DMX will come out. That year was a phenomenal year. So there was a lot of years for hip hop. But it's always that race to the pivot. We got in our mind what day we want to drop our record. But if Drake dropping this day and whatever, then the companies will go back and you ain't, Kanye and 50 had some shit like that. So, you know, when you look at that, it's always somebody else. What you don't take and God bless you with, that's like, what's the name of this group? Back in the day, had I Got the Power. You had CNC Music Factory had one. There was another group, and they sounded the same. But as a kid, I was writing a record called I Got the Power. So thoughts is infinite, and it's gonna land somewhere. And you will see it manifested. If you don't pick it up, the early bird get the worm. Somebody else gonna get it.
Damn right.
For me, it was Outkast. And even though we didn't have the same style, it was just we all right here from the city. And what would eat me up is that, like what he was saying, I was independent. And so by the time we'll finish an album, it's gonna take us 8 months to get an album out. I don't care how quick we try to do it. Cass was getting them motherfuckers out every 3 months. And if it wasn't an album, it was some singles. Because they had that machine behind them. You know what I'm saying? Get air studded, LaFace, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, you know, they were hitting us with body blows. You know what I'm saying? Every time you get up and shake one off, you know, then they hit you with a dungeon from, you know what I'm saying? So it didn't matter if it was Lil Will here, if it was either the Witch Doctor, if it was Slim Cutter, if it was, you know what I'm saying, Goody Mob. If it was Cass, you see what I'm saying, Cool Breeze. So it was just. I'm like, man, I can't fuck with these niggas.
Backbone, what up though?
Backbone, you know what I'm saying. So for me, it was always. I got to the point. I said, you know what? I'm gonna have to join these niggas. I just can't beat them with the volume of shit that's coming out. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the big. I feel like one of my. I don't have a lot of regrets in the rap game. I do, but you know now I embrace that. A lot of rappers come up to me and say, because back then, everybody was trying to get with a camp. You're trying to get with No Limit, or you're trying to get with Cash Money, or you're trying to get with Death Row, or you're trying to get with, you know what I'm saying, Rough Riders. You see what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, man, you know, I need to get with one of these. That was the mindset when we was coming so down. I need to get with one of these. Now, a lot of these young rappers will run up on me and say, you know, I ain't got no label. You know what I'm saying? You know, Soulja Boy kind of started that whole movement. Now it's kind of cool not to have a label. You know what I'm saying? But you know, one of my biggest regrets was if I could do it all over again. when LA them reached out to us, and you know what I'm saying, and we bullshitted around. I might have really took that phone call serious this time because they did call for us. So I can't even say that Dungeon was hating on us. We were just feeling ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like
you independent doing major shit.
I'm independent, straight from the deck, going crazy. I'm on TV every day, and I'm riding good, and I'm looking good, and you know I'm getting money, and so you know I'm just feeling myself. And plus I knew that another thing too, because I knew that the lineup they had over there was great. So I'm thinking to myself, why would I cash all this in, push all my chips in, and then go over there and have to sit in line? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I can really out rap CeeLo at this juncture, or Gip Goody, or you know what I'm saying, or Big Boy Dre. You know what I'm saying? You got Cujo, right? So I'm not that confident that I can go over there, because if I wasn't running the shit, then I ain't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be just another nigga in a group. You understand what I'm saying? I wanted Outkast or Goody to be up under me. That was my mindset at the time, and I wasn't sure that I could start on that team. You know what I'm saying? A lot of players right now, they get drafted like, man, I don't want to go there because they
I want to play with LeBron.
They got Julio Jones for the Falcons now, man. Send me somewhere where I'm gonna get some playing time. So that's kind of all that mattered at the time. So, but it was always the Dungeon family here in the city of Atlanta, looking over at them, and then eventually said to myself, you know what? I didn't join them, but they're still the greatest.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And being able to swallow that and say, you know what? They the greatest. I tip my hat to them.
Yeah, definitely.
Pete, get in here.
The person who motivated me, you know what I'm saying, around the city, man, I watched T.I. do his thing. A lot of shows we was at, and a lot of you, man, that man first come out, man, that man go turn some shit up, man. That man at the show, he got his shit right. There was one spot we went to that I wanted to show some love. He had a album release party. And that man goddamn had Grand Hustle outside of that motherfucker carved in ice. You know what I'm saying? Great. Real player, man. You know what I'm saying? That nigga motivation to me, man. I fuck with Tip, man, a long way, man.
You
know what I'm saying?
Tip, man.